It's the start of day 114, and it's starting off well because my sack is still here on the tree. So did not get taken by a bear. I have food for the day. It is Tuesday, July 19th, and it's 7:20 a.m. and I'm on the trail. I had a very, very rough time getting to sleep last night. My legs and my feet hurt so bad. They just ached really, really, really bad. And I tried to rub them and massage them out, and it didn't really work. It helped when I had them elevated, but because I was sleeping on a slight slope, my feet were down, and so I would just like raise them in the air and hold my legs up with my arms, but I was so tired that I couldn't do that for very long. So I eventually gave in and took a Motrin, and that helped me go to sleep. I don't like doing that, but every once in a while I just have to. So I finally got some sleep, or finally was able to go to sleep, and then I woke up a couple times. It wasn't a super restless night, but it wasn't the greatest sleep. But I woke up this morning and I was in a way better mood. My spirits were way higher. Oh shoot. Because last night I had texted my family and told them that it's a good thing I haven't dealt with rain a whole lot because it's borderline miserable. And but this morning when I woke up, it was just way better. I mean, it's not raining right now, and I hear that it's not supposed to rain today, so there's gonna be sunshine, so I'll be able to dry out my tent and my footprint and all the things. But yeah, I'm just in way better spirits today. So the plan is to hike 14.8 miles to Bear Mountain. Well, I guess Bear Mountain, but I have a reservation at Bear Mountain Motel for tonight. And once I get to I think it's like Bear Mountain Circle, I'm supposed to call the owner and he'll come pick me up. The unfortunate thing is that today I was supposed to be able to walk through the New York Zoo because the trail runs right through the zoo. But it is Tuesday and the zoo right now is closed during the week to do construction or renovations. So they're only open on the weekends. So there's a blue route, a blue blaze, I guess goes around the zoo. So that's really disappointing. I was looking forward to going to the zoo and just spending time there. But it's not gonna happen. That's just part of the trail this year. And so when I get back to St. Louis, I think I'm gonna take my husband to the zoo and we can go and just walk around that one. Supposedly St. Louis has the best zoo anyway. So I'm fortunate enough for that that's close by. But anyway, I'm gonna try to enjoy the day, enjoy out my stuff, and just enjoy being out here. Oh, one more thing. I do hit the 1,400 mile marker today, so that is a good thing and something to look forward to. That should be, I want to say, in 7 miles, roughly. So I'm excited for that. The lack of water in New York is no joke. I just stopped at that William Bryan Memorial Shelter, and there was supposed to be a well there. But I went and I found the well, but there was absolutely no water in there. And it poured rain yesterday. So I would have thought that, you know, there would have been water even just sitting in the hole of the well. But there wasn't. It's like the ground just absorbed it all. I don't really know when the next water source is. There's supposed to be one in like, I don't know, 3 miles maybe. But the problem is, in 2 miles is a really dangerous road crossing. And so there's a detour that the ATC put in and suggests you to take. Well, the detour is like 3 1/4 miles. Hold on, I gotta make sure I'm on the right trail. Yep. So the detour adds another 3 miles with no water. And when you get back on the AT, you pass that water source on the AT. So I don't even know how far I would have to go then. So I've been reading the comments on Far Out, and most of the people say just to cross the road, that it's really not that dangerous, that we've crossed more dangerous roads already. And I believe that the reason that the detour is in place is because a hiker did die either last year or sometime recently trying to cross that road, got hit by a car, so they put in this detour. So I'm just gonna wait and see what the traffic's like whenever I get there, and I will decide if I think it's safe enough to cross or if I just need to walk that extra 3 miles to do the detour. That lake down there makes me want to go water skiing. It also makes me thirsty. Says there's not much water. This is nice. Alright, so here is the spot where the Appalachian Trail goes this way and then the detour goes this way. So I'm right here and the AT goes here. So this is the parkway that's a dangerous interstate. It's 0.2 miles. So I'm gonna go up there and just see how I feel. So normally it looks like, I guess it would go here, all the way up here, and then this way. That's the AT. Well, the detour is going to take me all the way up here and go this route and then down to the AT. So it definitely adds some distance. Oh, okay. For AT hikers, this adds 1.25 miles. So that's not as bad as someone was saying. Someone else on the Far Out app was saying it adds 3 1/4 miles, but that's not true. So like I said, I'm just gonna go up here and see, and I guess if I don't feel comfortable, I'm gonna have to come back, so that's gonna add 0.4 miles. So maybe it would have been better just to take the detour, but I don't know. I also, like I said, that water source is in this section, well, after the road crossing, and then also the 1400 mile marker is after the road crossing, I believe, which I can always make my own marker, but still, we'll just check it out. The road definitely sounds busy. I'm not so sure about this. Oh, I think this is doable. So it's a one-way right now, and then in the middle I'll wait, and then on the other side it'll be another one-way. But I can see pretty far down. Oh yeah, this section was good. Hopefully the next section will be just as easy. And hopefully I'll be able to see from a good distance. That's the tricky part. on some of these road crossings. Ooh, hey, a register. And you can see pretty far down too. I definitely could have made that, but I'm playing it safe. So I want to go after this blue car. Oh yeah. Wow, that was no problem at all. Awesome. Well, that just knocked off that extra 1.25 miles that would have been added if I took that detour. All right, well, I'm glad that was as smooth as it was. Yeah, there definitely have been some way worse road crossings. I forget where exactly I was, but there was like a really tough road crossing. It was scary, and I had to sit or stand there in the median for a long time. Well, what felt like a long time when you're standing in the middle of the road. But yeah, that one wasn't bad at all. Thank you, God, for keeping me safe. I just filled up at this stream, and so I am on my way to find that ant. I'm on my way to find the 1,400 mile marker. $1,400 mile marker, where are you? You should be around here somewhere. I think I see it up there. Woohoo! Here's one marker. $1,400 miles! Woo-woo! Aw, and a little heart. How cute. For the 1,400 mile marker, I chose Sweetest Fish Tails, the 2 flavors in 1 kind, for my celebration. Ooh, red and blue. All we need is white to be American. Here, Ducky. I mean, Wilson, you want some? Nom 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 nom. Apparently, Swedish fish are really big in Pennsylvania. I'm trying to see if they were made in Pennsylvania. Oh, distributed in East Hanover, New Jersey, but they're made in Canada. I was hoping that Smooth would be here at the same time, because he loves Swedish fish, but he's behind me somewhere. So, and knowing me, I probably won't save any for him. Alright, I'm gonna continue hiking on. This section is neat and weird because it's July, but it looks like fall. All these different colored leaves. I like it. Oh, that breeze feels so good. Wow. I have stopped for lunch and I'm drying out my tent and my shoes. I took out my insoles, both of my insoles that I have in there, to dry them out faster. And I'm drying out my feet because this is only 2 days worth of walking in wet shoes. They are super wrinkly and they feel like they're gonna start forming a blister on my toe, and then down here, actually it already started to form. It doesn't really hurt that bad down here. My toes hurt though. Look at that. They look all old. Alright, I'm gonna eat some lunch. Oh yeah, and I have my shirt drying out. It actually was dry. I think the rainwater dried, but now it's wet with sweat, so I'm letting that dry out and kind of freshen up. I am planning on doing laundry tonight, but still, I would love to be in dry clothes. On today's menu for lunch, we have French bread, and I'm going to put some tuna. It's just plain tasting tuna on it. So I have some hot sauce because I'm not a huge fan of tuna. And then I have some pretzel crisps to go with it, and for dessert, some butter cookies. It's okay. Like I said, I'm not a huge tuna fan. I was gonna have that tuna with my couscous and avocado, and when I have it with that, it's pretty good, but I ended up not being hungry enough for it, so I thought, well, I'll make a sandwich because all my lunches were just gonna be snacks, but the hot sauce helps. This wall, it's cool. It's got these rock towers that's holding up the top rock. I've never seen that before. Ooh, look at that fancy bench. Fancy bench for a fancy view. I see some vending machines off in the distance, so I'm going to cut across and see if there's a Powerade or Gatorade I can buy. There's also a trash can. I can get rid of my trash. Might as well get rid of some weight before the last 2-point-something miles of the day. Those drinks were way too expensive. It was like $4 for a Powerade. They did have popsicles that I was tempted to get, but those were $3 a piece, which I still think is kind of expensive. But I'm going to be at the motel in like 2.5 miles, and I'm thinking there's a gas station next to it, so if I want something I can go there. That's not the Appalachian Trail. That trail's right next to it, but ooh, big snake. I am coming up on an observation tower that apparently, if you go up, you can see the Hudson River and I believe New York City. And then some major highway, I forget what it's called. Big spider right there. Some of my stuff down there. I'm gonna set my bag down here and then head up. first 1.7 miles, I was walking down this path. It's called the Demonstration Trail, and it is like all throughout the way there was signs explaining how the trail was made, how the different stones were put into place, and how the rocks were split in half so that they could be placed. And it was kind of cool. It was interesting. And there's more signs and stuff explaining it. But I will say it hurt my knees. So I'm glad to be done with it. This sign says I have 786 miles left to Maine. I actually have 787 point something. So pretty close. So here is a swimming pool that I thought through hikers could swim in. Anyway, so there's a pool down there that through hikers can swim in for free. Otherwise it's like $5 a person. But I don't really have time to tonight, and I'm by myself, so that'd be kind of boring. But the zoo is closed. I was hoping that maybe they weren't going to be today, but they are. So I've got to walk back up, and after I went under the highway, I took a right to get down here. I need to take a left to follow the blue blaze to bypass the zoo. An interesting fact about the zoo, it is the lowest elevation of the entire Appalachian Trail at 160 feet above sea level. I really wish I could have walked through it, but it is what it is. I'm just sitting here waiting for Grandpa, the guy, I guess he's the owner of the Bear Mountain Bridge Motel. He's gonna come pick me up so I don't have to walk there. I made it off the trail. Here's the office. There's like a hiker box up there, and then he did my laundry for an extra $10. I'm staying in room 4. And like a typical hiker, my stuff is everywhere. I'm actually, looks like I went to a strip club, but I am drying out all of my cash because it's soaked from the rain yesterday. Not sweat, from the rain. But yes, so my stuff is everywhere. It's a nice little room. This is a private room. Well, they're all private rooms, but this one's a single. You can fit 2 people. But it's got a shower and bathroom, and then a bed and TV. There's Wi-Fi and yeah, AC. I've got stuff charging over there. So I went down the road and had dinner at this Bear Mountain Pizza and Cafe. So the owner, he was on his way to some other cafe that his wife ordered from, and so I caught a ride with him on the way down. He dropped me off at the pizza place. I ordered, and I assumed that he was gonna pick me back up on his way back, so I was sitting outside the pizza place for like a half an hour, and I never saw him come back, so I called him and just said, hey, were you planning on swinging back through on your way back, or am I supposed to walk? And he started laughing. He's like, oh, I just went and picked up my dinner, and we already sat down and ate dinner. I said, okay, that's fine. I didn't know, so I didn't want to keep waiting if you already went back home, but if you were going to pick me up, I didn't want to leave and start walking. And so he actually offered to come pick me up, but I told him no, I would just walk. So it was like a 10 to 15 minute walk, but I ended up walking farther so that I could cross at, there was a median, so I only had to cross one way traffic at a time. But then when I got over to the other side of the road, there was like a very, very thin shoulder, and I kicked a stick. You can't really see it, but it's sliced my foot a little bit. But so yeah, then I was almost to the motel, and this guy in a truck stopped and asked me if I needed a ride, and I told him I'm just around the corner, so I'm good, but thank you. So yeah, that was a little frustrating. And then it was so hot outside, I'm like, well dang, I'm gonna have to take another shower because I was sweating. But I actually was gonna take another shower anyway, just to take advantage of it. But anyway, so yeah, I'm just in here for the rest of the night. I am currently trying to figure out my next stretch, just the next few days, trying to see if I have enough food. I was thinking I would resupply in this town, but I didn't really think about like how to get to a big grocery store. There is a gas station across the street that I can go back to and get, just something if I need it, but I'm gonna look to see what my plan is, and then I still have some food, I believe. Oh no, I actually don't think I have an actual dinner, not a whole meal. I have some couscous, but that's pretty much all. But tomorrow there's, I think it's called the Appalachian market. It's not a deli, but it has a small resupply section. So I will probably just wait until then, because honestly, the price at this gas station is probably going to be the same price as that market, maybe, I don't know. But I have a ton of snacks. I just don't have meals. So I don't know. I'm still working on it. But other than that, I'm just, I got to do all the typical town chores. I really need to backwash my filter, but I don't have the syringe, and I don't have like a squeeze top water bottle. I usually just use someone's. I actually haven't really had to backwash it very much yet, but lately the water that I've been getting has been more of like scooping. So usually, like in the beginning of the trail, I would get the water from a spring, and so it would just be clear water, no rocks, no sticks or anything. But recently there's been like debris in the water, so my filter is slower, I can tell, but I can always do that at a different time. I don't need to do that right now. So yeah, also I am tired, and I just want to lay here, but I do need a plan. So anyway, that was a lot. Yeah, so today I hiked 14.9 miles, made it to the Trailside Zoo. Didn't get to go see the zoo, didn't get to swim in the pool, but it was an interesting hike. New York is really tough. The hills, the climbs are really steep, but the terrain and the scenery it's just different. It feels like I'm on a whole new trail. Back in Georgia and North Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, it all just felt like I was in the woods. And yes, I'm still in the woods here, but it's starting to open up. It's starting to have more sections that we're hiking on, like cliff's edges, and just more open spaces. And so, which means it's more exposed. So in the heat of the day, it's really hot. But I don't know, it just feels like a different trail. So it's kind of cool. It's hard. It is definitely getting harder, but it keeps it interesting, I guess. So anyway, yeah, that's it for now. I forgot to mention, when I went to that Bear Mountain pizza place, my eyes were way bigger than my stomach. I ordered a small salad, 1 slice of pizza, a mozzarella stick appetizer, and a homemade gelato ice cream cone. I ate the ice cream cone while I was there waiting for my food to be made, and I ate all of the cheese sticks while I was sitting there waiting for Grandpa. I was waiting for him to come back, which he never did. And those cheese sticks were really good. They were really thick, and yeah, they were probably one of the best cheese sticks I've ever had. I could not eat the salad, and I ate like half of the slice of pizza. So I guess what I've noticed about myself is I can snack all day, but eating an entire meal, I still just can't seem to do that, which is no different than how I was before I came out to the trail. I snacked all the time, but yet I could never finish my meal, and my husband always made fun of me for that. So I've got the salad and the pizza in the refrigerator, which is in the office, and I will grab that before I leave for the trail tomorrow, and then we'll most likely have that for, I don't know, it'd be better to have it for lunch, but I'm planning to hit that little market, that Appalachian market that I was talking about. I'm planning on hitting that for lunch, so I don't know. I'll either have it for lunch or dinner. We'll see. I'm going to sleep now. I'm all cozy in this bed. I have to give the Bear Mountain Bridge Motel a very good rating, at least so far. The owner's really nice, and the bed is comfy. I took 2 showers. Yeah, it's just a really nice place. The room is really cool, and I love the theme. It's like bears and it's all like cabiny. But anyway, yeah. But I'm exhausted, so I am going to sleep, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Good night.